It is Thanksgiving week, and let's be honest, this year's holiday, well, it's turning out to be a little different for most of us. Millions are still traveling. Despite warnings from authorities, this comes as the U.S. continues to set records for the number of hospitalizations and coronavirus cases. Meantime, the governor of Oregon, Kate Brown, asked residents to call the cops if they see their neighbors breaking the coronavirus restrictions. She said it was no different than calling the police if there's a loud party down the street keeping everyone awake. People who break the safety protocols in Oregon could face up to 30 days in jail and up to a $1,250 fine. But DBL Nation, you know we always want to hear what you have to say. So would you call the cops on your neighbors? Go to dblvote.com to tell us your opinion. Jeff, what about you?
I don't think I would, right? We just moved into a new house, so I'm taking my case specifically for me. We just moved into a house. I'm going to call the neighbor. I'm going to call the cops on my new neighbors. But if I had someone like someone with pre-existing conditions, I don't know. You know, to each their own. For me, no.
Yeah, I'm not calling the cops.
I was trying to ease into that.
I'm not calling the cops for any reason, and this is kind of what we've talked about when we've talked about more serious police stories. Is like that can't be our first go-to option for everything. There's a cat in a tree. Call the cops. I saw a random dog running down the street. Call the. I don't think that that's what they're for. It's endangering them. And what could they do, Sam?
Yeah, that's a really good point. I thought about how the police officers must feel on that day, on Thanksgiving, to be called for something like that. Although I do understand the seriousness when it comes to public health. But on the flip side, I thought about you, Al, and I thought about how statistically that unproportionately Black and brown people do suffer to police brutality. Right. So would I want to extend that likelihood for that? No, I would not. And that is a reality that we have to deal with in America, that we need reform for, but that really does happen. So I would be alarmed to call the cops on you, period, no matter what it may be. Tori, what do you think?
I completely agree with you, Sam. I was thinking the same thing. Calling the cops means something different to a lot of different people, and it depends kind of who you are and what your race is. I wouldn't, because you have to live with the neighbors afterwards, and it's very awkward. And as we all know, I don't do awkward well. So I might give them a lot of passive aggressiveness in the street, but I wouldn't call the cops.
The passive aggressiveness helps, but you could be anonymous. I do understand if you have a neighbor that has 40 people over there, I understand that could really create a super spreader that could overwhelm the healthcare system, that could cause a death. So I understand why somebody would do it, and I also want to say, Tori, you can do it anonymously. So just remember that.
Sounds like a snitch.
84% of you say no, you would not.